Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you are doing good and the best of your health. Now you have recently completed with your half yearly assessment. I hope all of you have done very well in your assessment, right? So we are now into term 2 of our session, of our academic session. We are into term 2. Now as we are into term 2, it is quite obvious that we are going to learn something new. We are going to learn something different in this term. So, without wasting much of our time, we will get on to our new lesson or new chapter or new poem. So, today we are going to start with our English literature part. In English literature, as you already aware or you already know that we basically deal with stories and poems. So, today we are going to talk about our poem. So, name of the poem I will tell you later, but before that what I want all of you to go through an exercise which will be coming in a while on the screen, and this is a kind of warm-up exercise so that we can comprehend or we can understand the poem very well, right? So the first thing first, as you can see a picture over here, and just beside the picture something is written to it. I am sure all of you are aware of this statue or the picture that you can see. All of you are aware of this. This is a picture of Statue of Liberty, right? Yes, you are correct. It is the picture of Statue of Liberty. Now, why I have put this picture? Because this is first of all a statue, and a well-known statue. If or whether you are here in India or in Sri Lanka or in China or in Bangladesh or in Australia or any part of the world, every children or every human being in this world knows about this statue. Why? Because this statue is so famous and it signifies what? Freedom and democracy. As you can see in the right hand of this Statue of Liberty, you can see there is a torch, right? So this torch signifies freedom, and in the left hand, as you can see, there is a kind of a file or some document kind of things, papers are there, so which signifies democracy. Now, why it has become so famous? Number one, it's a huge statue. Of that time, it used to be the biggest or the tallest statue. And number two, it was gifted to the people of America by the people of France, right? So this huge statue was gifted to them by the people of France as a symbol of freedom and democracy. Hence, this statue is so world famous. This statue is known to everyone, where it signifies freedom and democracy, right? Next, you can see another picture. I am sure most of you are aware of this, as this is one of the 7 wonders of the world, and this statue is known as to be the Christ the Redeemer, which signifies Christianity across the world. Remember, this statue signifies, like the previous one signified freedom and democracy, this one signifies Christianity across the world. Remember, and where it is situated? It is situated in Brazil, in a place called Rio de Janeiro. It is situated over there, and as I told you earlier, Christianity across the world. Now, the last picture which I showed you, the Statue of Liberty, is situated in New York, United States of America, that is USA, and USA is in North America, right? And this one is situated, Christ the Redeemer is situated in South America, Rio de Janeiro. So, in North America you have Statue of Liberty, and in South America you have got Christ the Redeemer, which is also one of the wonders out of 7 wonders of the world. This is also one of the wonders of the world and signifies what? Christianity across the world, right? Next, you can see, yes, so I think all of you are aware of this, are you? Aren't you? Yes, this is the Sphinx, as the name is written over here. As you can see, the name which is right at the bottom, the Sphinx of Giza, Egypt. So this is another statue, or this is another structure or monument which is very huge and it is unique. Why? Because it has a face of a pharaoh or a human face, but the body is just like a lion or something like that. So this is the oldest known monumental structure which is found in Giza of Giza of Egypt, remember. So this is also very famous. Why? Because people all around the globe, they travel to see this structure. And as you can see in the background, there are pyramids. I am sure that you are aware of pyramids. So these are some of the wonders, or these are some of the amazing structures on the face of the world which people from different countries would like to visit and see this, right? So this one, the Sphinx. So the Sphinx is something which is known to everyone in the world. So this is also another structure, or we can call it as a statue. Next, our very own. I think all of you are aware, and some of you have already visited and have seen this structure. So this is Statue of Unity. It itself speaks, it talks about unity amongst human race, and this is the statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and this is situated in Gujarat, India, right? So this statue is also another famous statue. It is a huge structure, but you can see how huge it is. Like the other three pictures which we have seen previously, before this we saw three structures, right, or statues. Those were made of stone, or those were made of cement or sandstone, stone kind of thing, right? But this structure which you are seeing, this is made of metal. The metal that is used to make this structure is brass, remember, and this is one of the tallest structure or statue in the world till date. Till date, there is no structure in this world as tall as this statue. So this statue is of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, right? So this is another important statue which all the people, or almost all the people in the world, they are aware of this. Next, well, you got to guess this. You got to guess this. Any guesses? Anyone who knows what is this, or has got any idea where is this situated? Think. Do not go into Google, remember. Don't go into Google to search it. Try your GK. Okay, fine. I will tell you about this structure or this statue. This statue is known as to be the Spring Temple Buddha. Okay, the Spring Temple of Buddha, it is situated in China. As you can see, it's written over here, located in Lushan County, Henan, China. So Lushan is a district, or is one of the province of China, right? It is situated over there, and the Spring Temple Buddha is the name of this, of the structure which you have just seen, or the statue which you have just seen. It derives its name from a nearby, what is its speciality? See, it derives its name from a nearby hot spring water at 60 degrees Celsius. So throughout the year, there is a spring just beside this temple where you will get hot water, or where hot water is produced almost all the days in a year. So that is why this statue, or this is named as to be the Spring Temple of Buddha, right? It is the second tallest statue in the world. What was the first one? That was of the Statue of Unity, and this is known as to be the second tallest statue in the world. Now, so we have come across all these pictures, and we have come to know the famous statues that are there in the world. These are only a few, there are many more. So we are not going to talk about all of it, but then all these statues are what? Famous and known to almost all the people of the world, irrespective of their country, whether it is from India, or it's from Pakistan, or if it is from England, or if it is from Australia, or from Brazil. Everyone knows about these structures which we have just seen. Now, something common in all these 4 pictures that we have seen, 5 pictures in fact, the 5 pictures that we have seen so far, there is something common. Can you tell me what is that? Well, you are saying world famous, fine, it is world famous. Apart from that, there is something very common which starts with the letter S. Yes, structure, fine, that is also correct. But what I am looking for is the word statue. Right from the first picture till the last picture, I have spoken or we have seen the statues, right? So, see, these are all world famous statue. Now, what is a statue? Statue is something, a structure or a model of a man, of a human being or an animal or something related to that which are being given a shape and size of some figure, that is known as to be the statue. So, the statues not necessarily be as big as this what we have seen in the last 5 pictures. The statues can also be a small one. This small statue can also be there. That is also known as to be the statue. But most importantly, what is a statue? Statue is a structure of a person. Most of the cases you will find that it is a structure of a person where the shape and size of that particular person is been given to a piece of stone or a piece of metal or a piece of what you call plaster of Paris, a face, and the attire is been given to that. So, that basically means statue, right? So, next, as you can see, here there is a picture of a person. Right above that, it's written the statue. So, the name of the poem that we are going to learn today is named as the statue. And now, this poem is being written by this person. Who is this person? He is John Morris Reeves, alright, or Reeves, right? So, this person is John Morris Reeves, very commonly known as James Reeves, right? So, he actually wrote a lot of poems, a lot of stories. Most of his work is related to the children, remember, children of your age, children of younger than your age and children of little bigger than your age. Most of his work, though he has written for the adults also, but most of his work is based on the thought process of the children, right? So, what kind of writer he is? He basically writes poem where he becomes a child or he thinks like the children and then he writes those stories or the poems, that how would a child think if he or she sees this, or had I been a child or had I been very young, how I would have seen this particular thing. So, that is how he has written his stories or his poems. That we will, when we will go through the poem, we will be able to find out like how the poet has thought about it and how the poet has written the poem. Before that, let us learn something more about James Reeves. So, John Morris Reeves was a British writer. Remember, he was from UK and he was a British writer. Principally known for his poetry, plays and contribution to children's literature. Remember, just now I told you. So, he is known for his children's literature, right? And the literature of collection of traditional songs. He has also written a many traditional songs. What kind of traditional songs? He has written about the traditional songs of Britain or England, right? His published books include poetries, stories and anthologies for both adults and children. He was born on 1st of July in the year 1909 in UK and he died on 1st May 1978. Remember, Reeves, he died in the year 1978, 1st of May, and when he was born on 1st of July 1909 in UK, and he is famously known as to be a writer for the children, right? So, we are going to come across the poem The Statue, but before we get into that, I want you to do or accomplish one work. What is that? If you go to page number 43 of your English literature book, you will find that there are 4 pictures given. So before we start the poem, what I want you to do this as today's homework. Today we are not going to start the poem, today we are going to do this. In that you will find there are 2 exercises. You have to do exercise number A, remember, in your book with pencil. Here is where you can take the help of Google. You can Google it, right? So what it says, exercise number, read the whole page before you start doing your work. I am reading out exercise A for you. Look at the works of art here. All the work that is given, all the 4 pictures that are given over here, it is purely a work of art by some or the other person, and which became world famous, or which is known to many people in the world, especially the artists, right? So look at the works of art here. These have been created by Van Gogh and Michelangelo. These are very good sculpturists and painters of the world. In the past they were here and they were fantastic, fabulous with their work. Alright. Read about their styles and shows information about their work. That is, you can, if you want, you can read about Michelangelo and you can read about Gogh. What is that? Van Gogh, right? So after you have done that, write the name of the artist below each picture. Now you can see over here the picture which are given, the names of the pictures are already given. What you have to do, you have to search, or if you know the name, very good, you can directly write down in the blank which is provided below the picture. If you don't know, then type the name of the picture and you will get who has actually made this picture or these pictures. You will get the name of those artists. So type and find out and write down the names of the artists and take a very good snap of this after you complete your work and send it to me over WhatsApp. That is, or this is your work for today, right? Apart from this, also read the poem, read the whole poem and try to understand yourself that what the poet is trying to say or how the poet has written this poem, right? Later in our next class, I will come and I will explain you the poem. Alright, till then, bye bye and take good care of yourself. Thank you.